Hi everyone, Harmony here, and today I'm going to share with you guys my story. I'm so humbled by the fact that sharing my story could be of help to some of you out there, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this short video. Stay tuned because at the end there may be one or two surprises that you wouldn't have even thought possible in my story. Alright you guys, so about a year and a half ago, I was feeling pretty much my all-time worst. I had tried so many different things. I had struggled my whole life with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, if you don't know. From the time I was probably a young teenager, it started to really affect me, and I had spent pretty much my whole life figuring out ways to get around it. I never really found the answer. I tried everything from different diets to cutting out dairy, cutting out meat, gluten, all of those things. And it never helped with my digestion. As an adult, I started taking different supplements and different probiotics, and also nothing helped. Nothing made me feel better. I was always bloated. I felt extremely fatigued after I would eat and weighed down by food. So I actually got to a point where it was pretty bad. I could eat only a few foods and anything else would make me have this reaction. So that was one thing I was dealing with. Another thing that I was dealing with was sleeplessness. I wanted to sleep all the time, but I just could not get a good night's rest. I would lay down to sleep, I would be very tired. In fact, I would even try to nap during the day, and I could never get that restful, peaceful, rejuvenating sleep that I was looking for. So I was always tired, kind of walking around foggy, especially in the morning, until I had a soup bowl-sized cup of coffee. You guys know what I'm talking about, those giant cups of coffee. I would have one, maybe two, yeah, I'll say two. I would have a couple of those, and then that would get me through the morning. And then by afternoon, I was already needing some more caffeine to get me through the day. So I was struggling with that because the caffeine was not making me feel very good. It was making me rise up and have this huge burst of energy and then immediately crash. And so by 3 o'clock every day, I felt really ready for a nap. I needed to lay down. I was really exhausted. And here I was teaching fitness classes and talking about health and wellness. So it just wasn't the right thing. And I knew that that wasn't the right way to solve my problems, but I really didn't know any other way. One other thing I was noticing, and this wasn't something that I suffered my whole life with, but it was something that started maybe in my mid-20s, and that was that I started to have hormonal imbalances. And so with those hormonal imbalances, I started to have a little bit of irregularity with my monthly cycle, and that started to worry me because I was coming to the point that I wanted to start a family. So I felt like if I didn't take these things into my hands and do something about them, I would be dealing with some really severe situations in the future. So I thought, you know what, this is time. It's getting old. I don't need to feel this way anymore. I need to do something about this. And I had a friend, and so I decided, you know what, she seems to know some of the answers of what I'm looking for. I'm gonna see if she could maybe help me with this. So I reached out to her, and she gave me some really great advice. She gave me ideas to help me with my diet, to help me get things back on track, but she also suggested some supplements for me, and that's why we're really talking about this today, because those supplements, you guys, seriously, changed everything for me. I went from, like I said, being super exhausted, feeling bloated, feeling constipated, not being able to get through my day without tons and tons of caffeine, to waking out of bed in the morning with bundles of energy, able to get through whatever I needed and wanted to do, and then some. So I was feeling like a different person, you guys. And here's where we get to the fun part. So this is where everything started changing for me. My whole life was like, poof. Once you feel good, everything just sort of comes together. So within a couple of months, I was pregnant, And now we have a beautiful 5-month-old baby girl, and everything is just going so well with that. I had an amazing pregnancy. Everything was perfect. I never had any bloating or constipation, heartburn, or any of the normal things that people go through during pregnancy. So I was really thankful for that. I also didn't gain a lot of weight through my pregnancy. I stayed under a 20-pound gain, and I was able to take it off within the first couple of months. So that was also really huge, and I attribute quite a bit of that to the supplements that I take as well. So one of the surprise things that I wanted to share with you guys is that I also suffered with cystic acne throughout my teens. And also my adult life. And that is one thing that I never thought anything would really cure. I figured I would be suffering and struggling with it for my whole life. Well, you guys, once I got my gut health under control, unbelievable. After about 4 months, my skin started clearing up. By 8 months, it was like night and day, no more breakouts. I could go without makeup. Heavy duty makeup that I was using to cover it up before, because I like makeup, it's fun, but I was having to really suffer and struggle with covering some really bad acne and some bad scarring. So like I said, that was really unexpected for me, and it was a huge win because I thought nothing would ever help me with that. But when I reached out and I found out a little bit more about gut health, I realized that that would make a difference in your skin, because it's really, we're clearing out all of the toxins from your body, and that's all that acne is just toxins stuck under your skin that can't get released. And those hormonal balances really do affect that. An imbalance there can cause really bad cystic acne. So I think that's what I was going through, and I'm so grateful that I am not suffering with that anymore. So in a nutshell, you guys, that's my story. I had some really severe struggles throughout my childhood and teenage years, as well as into my adult life. And within probably 10 days, all of those things started to disappear for me. Within 4 months, I was feeling like a new person. So I hope this helps. I hope sharing this video with you guys makes you take a look at those things that you're suffering with and maybe see if there's something that you could do to change them. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Aloha.